Welcome to King Says So, a channel that advocates for one Africa, one land, one Africa, one language, one Africa, one currency, one Africa, one army. I wish to witness Africans all around the world united as one in our lifetime. Enjoy.
Going to be happening on Tuesday, where members of the African National Congress will be tasked with voting whether to adopt the report that has since been made public into Phala Phala. How should members of your party vote? As a young person, what are you looking for from the elders?
Look, there's nothing to look up to, these old people. None of them are our icons. That's why even today we are still singing about Mandela and Oliver Tambo. We're still singing about Biko. Today, we're not singing about them. 26 years into democracy, they failed to rise to the occasion. They don't inspire any confidence. The least that they did was to destroy youth activism so that they can cling into power and collapse this country to ashes. Now, there's the ANC of 2017 conference. They told us that this is a renewal. But today, they are comparing this renewal with what they've been attacking the Zuma government. The 9 wasted years. Zuma did that. Yeah, but also Zuma did that. They are comparing themselves with the same thing that they've been attacking. It shows that there's nothing really.
And then you fast forward to the 16th, which is when the conference will kick off. And for a few days, members of the African National Congress will be sitting to decide leadership. If we go beyond the politics, today we're reporting about a number of spaces that have been impacted severely by floods in Soweto, in Roodepoort, etc. You find people who are jostling for positions, but they're not jostling for the hearts of South Africans, and they're not on the ground. Why are you with those people that you say you don't even look up to?
You see, when your father is a witch, he remains your father. Even though you might have accepted God and Christianity, you will never change the fact that your father is a witch. That's the situation we find ourselves as young people.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy King 053, Mr. Easy Imali, and we're back at it again. Welcome, guys, to my channel, King Said So Podcast, a pro-African, pan-African channel that advocates for African oneness, African unity, and everything that has to do with pushing the African agenda forward. The video I just played for you is a young man in his 30s, 30 years, my age. Mcebo Dlamini. Mcebo Dlamini is a Swazi boy, actually. Khuluma Swati. Lomnago khuluma Swati. Born in Swaziland, came to South Africa, studied law in Wits University. Graduated there. I think he has done his master's or something like that. Has tend to be corrected there, but also joined the African National Congress through the SASCO. Leading the political space of the varsity. He is well known for being the leader and the guy who was arrested for fees must fall when students were going all out to fight and say, listen, we don't want to pay for university fees. For us, the poor people, we need free education. He was well known for that. Now, in that clip, he is saying that the current ANC leadership are not leaders, actually. They are not actually icons. That's why we sing about the old leaders. Biko, Tambo, Mandela, and the likes. And there is a lot of element of truth in it, because it's going to be difficult for us to compare the current leadership, Bo Fikile Mbalula, Blade Manzimbane, else is there? You can't compare those people with the likes of Robert Subuku. You can't. You can't. They kicked out Jacob Zuma, saying that Jacob Zuma wasted 9 years of ANC, but then they turn around and compare the Cyril Ramaphosa's 9 years to Jacob Zuma's 9 years, and Cyril Ramaphosa's term to Jacob Zuma's 9 years, and they can see that they can't do anything because even with that 9 wasted years, it's better than what we are having today. Crime, unemployment, African people getting rich. You know that Jacob Zuma made it the most black millionaires in his term. You guys call it corruption. We call it pushing the black agenda, and all of that. So it is so refreshing to have young men like Mcebo, Dlamini, in the ranks of the ANC. In fact, not only the ANC. I don't want to limit him to that cap. I want to say in politics and in our lifetime, he's one of the young men that I respect so much in terms of his character, his boldness. Sometimes you ask yourself, why is this gentleman not with the EFF? With his philosophy, the way he's thinking, he's an EFF member. You can just hear it. I mean, it's crazy that he speaks like this. He tried to say, to make an example, that if your father was a witch, it remains your father. Politics are not anyone's father. He cannot make such an example. A father is bloodline. You don't choose your family. You are born into a family. You don't choose it. But the political party, you choose it by joining the political party. So I don't buy that that story that he said. In fact, what confuses me is that in 2000 and what year was it? 2017, he went to join the EFF in Free State to support them for them fighting for the land in the EFF. Can you guys still remember that? Don't worry, I keep the files. I keep all the files. Just watch this and I'll come back with more commentary.
I am here to support a black brother and a genuine call, a call for land. One of the pillars in the formation of the African National Congress. And it so happened that it happened at the right place, the Free State, where the Land Act, the 1913 Land Act started and matured, where our people were slaughtered and dispossessed, where thuggery started, where their livestock were taken. This is the core of apartheid. This is the heart of segregation and oppression. So I'm here to support the leader of the EFF, because as black people, in as much as we continue to say there is EFF, there is ANC, we will never champion the struggle of black people in South Africa. We remain natives, landless, we remain fugitives in our own country without land. With the degrees that we have, they are nothing without the land. Where are you going to stay once you are a professor? In the sky. So we need the land. And there is no free education without the land. These things go together because we need the minerals on the ground beneath and above to fund the struggle of free education. So I am here to support the young man in his journey, because we are going to call for the land without a compensation.
Yes, so clearly he's a man with a big vision. He can see things that other people cannot see. In South Africa, we've got a sickness that when it comes to a certain agenda that benefits African people, just because a certain political party did not come with that agenda, then the other political party will go against it. For example, the EFF said, let's rename the Cape Town International Airport to Winnie Madikizela National Airport. But now, International Airport. Winnie Madikizela was Nelson Mandela's wife for many years, bad children, I think two daughters, and I think one just passed away right now. So you can imagine the ANC used its majority in parliament to rule against that, and they kept that name as Cape Town International Airport instead of Mamawini. So it is crazy that political parties will go against each other, even if we, the African people, are at a disadvantage of their disagreement. Now, the last clip I want to play for you guys from Mcebo is him speaking about the ANC and him attacking the president of the country. Not only the president of the country, the president of his party. He's an ANC member. Let's listen to what he said.
One last question. Been said that the ANC faces an existential crisis. Again, you've pretty much described it as a shell organization. There's nothing there. And so looking at the road to 2024, will you be standing by the organization and campaigning for people to put their X on or next to the ANC, given everything that you have just said, which is not good?
In politics, a day is like a year. Anything can happen between now and 2024. The ANC can find itself. The ANC can cleanse itself. But as it stands, the ANC is infiltrated. There are a lot of people who are there who are not supposed to be there. We were told that certain people are business people. But as I'm sitting right in front of you, I can tell you that Cyril Ramaphosa is not a business person. He knows nothing about business.
What is he?
What is he? Probably he's a mascot. He's a clown. He's masquerading as a business person and as a leader. He's impersonating a leader and a president. And he's not. Rich people, billionaires, business people don't contest power. They influence power in different ways. They influence.
Now, I like what Dlamini said. Yes, a day in politics is like a year. You will never know what will happen. Anything can happen like that, and then people still vote for the ANC. What is that anything? That anything is ANC fixing the ESCOM issue, number one. Number two, ANC maybe increasing the social grant. Next year, when the Minister of Finance give his speech, include something, an extra 200 rand for everyone. So one day can change the trajectory of what politics is going to happen tomorrow. Look at the EFF. One day, they were fighting Busisiwe Mkhobane, calling her a spy. The next day, she's in the EFF. After 3 days, she was a member of parliament. So you can see how politics is like a Cape Town weather. It's unpredictable. You might think you're going this direction, and you will be falling another direction. I agree with him on that point. Yes, there is hope, but we don't see the hope. But when you have a political mindset, you know that one day anything can happen. Someone can pass away, someone can stab someone in the back, someone can step down, someone can step up. Mogoeng can be called and be the president of the country. You'll never know. So it is true that anything can happen in a day of politics, and your enemies are not always your enemies forever, and your friends are not always your friends forever. I think he should have chosen his words carefully. For content, this video is not a recent video. It was a video in December, okay? So don't be confused thinking that it was now. It was in 2022 December when this video came out. And I think that's why they will never call him again on national TV. The ANC can influence mainstream media, who to interview and who not to interview. The same with the billionaires that own. Johan Rupert owns ENCA. Did you know that? Johan Rupert owns ENCA and other radio stations at ETV and all of that. So you can know that they're not going to bring someone who's going to speak against what they want. So he should have chosen his words carefully in terms of attacking the president. You can say, listen, the president has done many wrongs. Choosing your words carefully. They say there's multiple things that the president has done that I don't agree with, but because he's my president, I have to respect him as the leader of the party. But he has definitely sidestepped some things like the Pala Pala issue. I'll reserve my comment about that. And do not go on national television and call a sitting president a clown, a mascot, saying that Cyril Ramaphosa knows nothing about business. I mean, he's a millionaire. He's a millionaire. I don't, I have questioned the millionaire status many times for myself, because I've seen the ANC head office in Johannesburg, people who are working at Lutuli House not getting their salary in December and January. And I ask myself, with the president that is a millionaire, how is that possible? Can't he loan ANC some salaries for some time until they get other money to pay him back? I mean, why would you let people suffer in December and suffer in January without pay at the headquarters of the ANC? I questioned that time that said, no, man, it cannot be that our president is a millionaire. I've questioned his millionaire status when children fell in pit toilets and died. And then people who investigate, journalists go back there 6 months later, 1 year later, the local municipality and the departments in that province have not yet built a proper toilet for that school. And I question the heart of the millionaire president. You can imagine a child dying in a pool of sewage. It's for me, it's excuse me, for me it's strange that a millionaire will not have a heart to donate a toilet, a flushing toilet. For me, I question that status of excuse me, guys, excuse me. I question that status of a millionaire when it comes to things like that. But now, the last point I wanted to make is excuse me, guys. He said rich people do not contest for public office, for power. They influence power in other means and other ways. Yeah, we grew up like that, but it's no longer like that, Mcebo. It's no longer like that, Mnaga. Look at the likes of the Russian president, millionaire. Look at the likes of the former USA president, Donald Trump, millionaire. Look at the current Nigerian president, millionaire. Multi companies, multi properties in the oil industry. It's no longer like that. It looks like power is never enough for the rich. So they even go for the political office to protect them even further. You can imagine if Cyril Ramaphosa was not a president, he was not going to survive the Pala Pala issue. He was not going to survive the Pala Pala issue. I know he was not going to be investigated because it's not or would have not been a sitting president. But even if he was just an ordinary member of parliament, he was not going to survive that Pala Pala issue. But because he's the president, who has the power to appoint the chief justice, the power to appoint the public protector, there's no other way. His millions and billions would have never saved him from him owning or having the protection of the public protector. So that's what I wanted to say about Mcebo. Tell me what you think about the guy. Go on social media, search him. He's a very inspirational guy. I like him a lot. I would like to see him moving to the EFF. He does not fit. He's not a puppet. He does not fit in the ANC right now. He really does not fit in the ANC right now. And for him to be there stressing himself, attacking the president, speaking down to the ANC, it's not going to help. You're speaking as if you are not the ANC member. You are part of the problem because you are the ANC member. So for me, it's a big no-no. So that's what that's all I wanted to say today. If you're new on the channel, please consider to subscribe. We're trying to hit that 10,000 subscribers by December 2023, guys. I'm very excited for that. I know we can do it. We are currently, I think, at 7,000. And click the like button, subscribe, and leave your thoughts on the comment section. Until we meet next time, please don't forget to pray. And after you pray, stand up and go and do the work. And just know that your boy King 053, Mr. Easy Imale salutes you.
Thank you for tuning in. If you enjoy the content, leave your thoughts on the comment section and hit the like and subscribe button, and we will meet on the next one.